Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition, featuring Bajan Reds TV, where we discuss all things Manchester United and all things Liverpool in regards to Manchester United Premier League settings. So you already know what that means. Another loss. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when it's Europe, you know what that means? A draw or win because we are unbeaten. So if we pick up the Europa League, I've said this, man. I want it in gold, man. You know, when Arsenal fans talk about is yours gold, I want my Europa League in gold if we do remain undefeated and picking up that competition. But United lose 7-goal game versus Brentford, went a goal up, 4-1 down, then concede, then scored 2 late goals to them, but ended up losing the game 4-3. In regards to Liverpool, not playing for anything, Premier League champions, they lost at Chelsea. I'm not sure if Pops, Barnes won't be here, people, but I'm not sure if Pops or any of the Liverpool fans are really that concerned or too fussed about losing that game. So we'll be discussing both of those things. Big up to everyone who's just joined over from the raid. Big up to everyone who was already here. When you enter the city of sarcasm, pay the tax, people. All I need you lot to do is run up the likes. Hit the like button on the video first and foremost. So important you do that. Share this out across all the socials at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Why is Amram always running his mouth? I can see all these quotes from Warrior J. Well, let's get to the show anyway. Big up the OG. My like Bajan Pops is in the building. How you doing, Pops, man? Good? Good? I don't know if you can hear me. Yo, Pops, can you hear, man? Yo, Pops, can you hear me?
All good, man.
Yeah. All good, yeah. You can hear me clearly, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just lagging a little bit.
Seen. All right, all cool. But yeah, man, glad you're all good. Big up Crab here, trolling as always. Says yo, the champ is here. Big up to Crab. Big up Warrior J as well. So yeah, Pops, we'll start with your game. How fussed are you on the loss and thoughts on it? Because I know you one of them. You wanted the maximum points, clean sheets, but your main point the whole time was number 20. So yeah, thoughts on it all.
Run me 20. That was the mantra all along.
No.
And guard of honor. My man Endo get the guard of honor from the boys. Yeah. That could have been you. It could have been you. I said they don't love you, it could have been you, but you chose blue. So all that. After that, then it wasn't a lot, to be honest. And some people that probably predicted a draw. And anytime you predict a draw for your team, you know what that means too. If you predict a draw, that means you're thinking that you could lose, but you don't have to predict a loss for your team. The worst you really to do is predict a draw, which definitely means, I think we can lose. Honestly, I had 3-1 because I said, maybe we might be a little bit drunk, but come on, give me something. You may not give me much of nothing, to be honest. But credit to Chelsea because they obviously still got a lot to play for, and they got difficult running. And you gotta win your home game. So Liverpool at the bridge, looking to solidify a top 4 or 5 spot, whichever one it is. You gotta do your business, and they did theirs. So it's not on them to be mindful of whether we drunk or not. That's up to us. And to me, is extra motivation. You stand up and clapping the men on with the guard of honor, and you say, let me kicking these men teeth, man, because these men was partying all week, showing off on the flipping internet 20 times, all this shit. You know it is. You see how you laughing, you understand.
That's exactly what it is.
You're kind of clapping through gritted teeth, like can't wait to get the first tackle in on this man here. You can show you say.
That's spot on.
Yeah. And 3-1, it was just better. I mean, you got Van Dijk smashing the ball into poor Kwanzaa for an own goal. You got Szoboszlai selling his short and he diving in the penalty. And everybody can probably say Kwanzaa's a bozo or whatever. And you're saying, well, when you put the man in them 2 tough spots, what you expect to happen? I mean, as it is what it is. Not much positive really to come out. 6 changes in the team, and it was similar to what you would expect when you put 6 changes in the team. Change 1 in the front, 3 in the middle, 2 at the back. And as much as you're saying, all right, I got 6 changes and you're playing with Alisson and Verge, it looked like the FA Cup team against Plymouth similarly. A little bit too bitty, a little disjointed. And though in the 6 by himself, and Curtis and Harvey Elliott playing in the other 2 positions, it didn't quite work for me. And I like the fact that giving the sort of secondary players, if you want, opportunity. But 6 changes is too heavy for me. It should be 3 and then 3 more. So if you can make the 6 changes, make it so that you're still competitive. Unless you're saying to yourself, well, I really ain't care that much. And I care. So when I saw 6, I said, all right, but I want to make 6. That's me. Other people say, yeah, I'm glad. And Chiesa should have been 7 or whoever, you know what I mean? Whoever they would have thought of. Big up D.
110%. I hear you.
3-1.
I was just...
points at the bridge. Sorry, go on.
No, it's cool. I was just gonna say, shouts to the caller every time. Big up to Northside for the raid as well, man. Everyone who joined over from the raid. Hope Northside's good, man. Shout out to Northside. I actually need to reach out to Northside because he didn't reach out to me after these Europa League games. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to North, because what was it? The Lyon game. Yeah, it was the Lyon game. He reached out to me. Was it before or after? Might have been before, but I ain't spoke to him since. But big up Northside, man. Need to reach out to Northside. I hope he's doing well after the Arsenal PSG game. I seen that. I watched one of his streams. He weren't too happy. Which stream did I watch? The Bournemouth one. Wasn't a happy. Wasn't a happy man. No, not in the slightest. He was not happy whatsoever.
Odd result though this weekend. Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United all lost. I haven't seen that in this season. Really,
yeah,
innit?
That's true. Yeah, it's because you two have been doing the business. That's why you lot are 1 and 2. It's rare you lot lose. Never mind lose together. What's that? Your 3rd loss now? Is it?
Yeah, 3rd for the season. Yeah.
3rd in the Prem, and Arsenal their draws have killed them. They've only lost 4.
Yeah, I think they've lost 4 and had 11 or something like that draws.
Yeah, I'm looking at 13.
13. Yeah, see, Jesus.
Yeah, because I seen who was it? Troops put up a stat on his socials, and it was like the amount of points they've dropped from winning positions. I think it's like 21 or something crazy like that. I was like, damn. Yeah, it's not real looking too good for them. But big up Chinlu as well, man. He says, big up Flawless Pops in the chat. I don't blame Quanta for the 2nd goal. That was on Van Dijk. You look at more, you mentioned it. You more Van Dijk.
Yeah, man. But Van Dijk, I mean, the ball drops in the box, and Van Dijk literally smashes it into the man's pelvis. What am I to do? The poor man now bending over, and stupid Gary never talking about, look at him, he's winded. Yes, he's winded, you idiot.
Yes, of course he is.
The man is trying to remove his scrotum from his stomach. Of course he's winded.
Painful one.
What? All of us know how that one feels. You play football,
it's one of them you don't watch again.
Yeah,
you wince, you go.
Yeah.
It's one of them. You wince when you see it, and you're like, you're looking at that one. Slot on the match of Liverpool's performance. Nothing good come from losing a game of football, but I have to take the positives. They were definitely a few positives. Dominating the ball, possession at Stamford Bridge is not what many teams do over here, because Chelsea are as comfortable with the ball as well. Being 2-0 down, don't give up, try to fight ourselves back into the game, and that's what we did. We already had 2 big chances and we didn't score, and then Chelsea were on the counter-attack a few times and very threatening. Then we scored for 2-1. I was like, let's see if there's something in it, but I don't think there was a moment when we were close to scoring a goal. In the end, the correct penalty being given and Chelsea won it 3-1. Maybe it was the opposite from the home game where they dominated possession and we won. Now it was the opposite. Pretty much in agreement with that.
Yeah, possession is one of them sort of empty stats for me. Dominate possession. All right, cool. That's all well and good when it's 20 passes between Virgil and Alisson and Kwanzaa and Trent, and let me be honest, that's what it is. When you have sustained possession for a period of time, when you look at it, it's the centre back and the keeper doing a little side to side, back and forth. You're knocking it around at the back, and the other team sort of dropped off anyway and say, oh, yeah, you can have it. We up 1 because Chelsea were at 1 early, real early. No, Cole Palmer turns and Curtis Jones slips. And I say, remember you Cucurella now? You went and warm up. You can't slip, man. You look like a prick now. Because that's the mean for you now. Like, look at Curtis Jones. I drop your shoulder, left you for dead. Look at you, like, scrambling. And then he slip again, and it was his 2nd goal. And he said himself, yeah, you had a stinker. That's all. Stinker for you.
Just had a stinker. Just one of them games. You chalk it off and you go, that's just a bad game.
But you know what? You go home and you look at your medal and you say to yourself, it's all right, though.
Yeah, it's like you get over it, man. You be a meme for a 24, 48 hours, and then you move over it. You get over it. Man, that's what it happens to everyone. It does.
The $1
This
billion
is Slot and
ball is
Shabazz.
playing for fifth and
Sorry, go
sixth
on.
or whatever it is. So you could see there was a
Yeah.
different feeling in it from one side to the other. So you understand it.
Yeah, because it was important for them because they chasing down fifth. That's why. That we was going through that in the Q&A just before, right at the start, in regards to the teams that are chasing that down, and it's close. It's super close. Like when we was doing our predictions, like I did mine, Jez did, Victor did, Steve. Was it Steve? It was Prime who did. No, whoever. Who was it? Yeah, I think it was Steve. Close. We all had it. It was like a 3-4 points between 2-3 teams. Super close. Like 3-4.
And they got Newcastle next weekend.
Yeah, Newcastle early kick.
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm tired of these Chelsea. I hope Newcastle do it. Newcastle do it.
You might do it.
Think
it might be you that does it.
Yeah. Why? What we doing? Oh, you mean against them now?
PSFC, man. Chelsea finished fifth. PSFC lifted. Look at you, like. So that's it, man.
You know why? Because you see, every time we get a result, I see you in the chat with the PSFC FC.
Last week,
you
know what? Nah, like I give wait. When we finish the Liverpool
now we
section,
gonna get there because I have to say I was 0-2 for predictions like in that last week, and I couldn't have been happier. I was saying to get the United result so wrong and the Arsenal result so wrong was beautiful. Couldn't have been a better week. It was beautiful settings. 3-0. I was like, but we'll get to that. Slot on whether Shabazz Live's pressing ability was missed. It's never about one player. One of the qualities Dom definitely has is the intensity he press with. You can come up with all the tactics in the world, but it's always the intensity of the press that makes the difference. It doesn't matter what I come up with, but if we are intense, it's so difficult to play through us. One of the qualities Dominic has is definitely the pressing part, and that's why he played so much this season as well. Do you think you missed him today in regards to off the ball, or you think it was just the changes and you lot were off it?
Nah, of course. He says a lot of waffle to me in that sentence, because if you just look at the profile, because he obviously don't want to discredit players, but he's talking about Dom. Dom is the only player with the profile he has. And we had this discussion before, and you look at our 6 midfielders, profile's different.
Yes.
Dom as a 10 is the only one that does what he does. Dom has 4 lungs, 6 lungs, whatever number of lungs you want to give him. He's the only one that can do that job. Harvey Elliott doesn't have that. So when you swap Dom for Harvey Elliott, the system is now something different. It can't be the same thing. It's not you saying, all right, Harvey Elliott go and do what Dom does, because Dom leads the press. Harvey Elliott can't lead the press. And even if he does, what's going to happen is this. He's not quick enough to get there. So what that means is essentially him and Jota can go, and you can just bam, and you bypass them. So you bypass the first press and you're into the middle of the park, where it's now Endo and Curtis Jones left on an island by themselves, 2 against 3 or 4, depending on how many have gone through with that first pass. And as if you look at where Enzo scores, you ask yourself this: why is Enzo making a run into the box and there's no red shirt trailing or stopping or within touching distance of him when he scores? Why? Because that's the Dom one. That's the Dom run that he's gonna make. Dom's gonna make that run all the way back.
Oh, he'll track it. So you reckon if he's playing, he probably tracks that?
He's going to make that run. Because if you look at the 3, when you put Gravenberch and Mac next to one another here, and he's up front, it's almost like a 4-2-4.
Yeah.
He then has to do that run back to be the third midfielder and cover the Trent Ibu in that section. That's where he's coming through. You don't have him. You've lost that. So there's something different. Harvey Elliott doesn't have that pace. He doesn't.
Yeah, that's not his game. Physicality.
He's the technical one. He's more of the Vitinha type player, if you want comparison. Diminutive, give me the touches, bang, bang, thread it through, give me and go. Now, and him and Curtis too similar in that sense. So you got him, Curtis, and then Endo in the midfield. He's saying it's all right. This is why the 3 of these don't play together, because there's no power in that midfield now.
It's a lack of.
With all due respect to them, there's no power in that yet. Physically, they ain't strong either. Endo's gonna go in the tackle hard, but he isn't quick either. So you had Lavia to play against and Enzo and you had the big money guy at right back, Caicedo at right back.
Yeah.
If he's pushing up,
Big money guy.
you beat it. Big money, yeah, big money.
Big money
That was my guy, you know. That was my guy. I said if we bought him, we can win the league. Honestly, I felt that buying him would have been enough. Yeah, that would have been it. Yeah. But that's what you missed, though. You missed Dom is a big part of Mr. Locke's system because he leads the press. It's him. Salah doesn't run like that. Salah's conserving. You can hear Salah talking. He conserving energy. I hear for my moment. When it happens, I run in to do this and I run in to do that. You give me my little in. I can score and I can assist. But I ain't doing all that other stuff. Hey, I all know. Young boys run to do that.
Fairs. I hear that. Big up Sai for the super chat. Sai, ever since Liverpool won the league, Sai has been going crazy with his super chats. This guy still must be partying and drinking. He says Chelsea dead rubber win over Liverpool like a drunk one night stand. Messi, sweaty, no stakes. Jesus Christ, we pumped him, but Slots boys were too pissed to perform. Sai, this is the type of super chats he's been at. Sai used to be just like football based, straight to the football. He's still to the football now, but all these extras. Ever you since you won the league. I don't know what he's been drinking. I don't know, but big up Sai. Sai, appreciate you super chats, man. Blessings every time. But Sai still celebrating. Chinlu moving mad. Still celebrating. He still has been. And who asked it actually? Let me get to the question. Because this is interesting because it's something you mentioned after the Plymouth game as well. Do you think you've seen today why he hasn't rotated since then with this result? Or do you think people are looking too much into it?
But that's the problem. Because you're gonna have so they got a set of fans who would have been critical of Mr. Locke saying, well, we got Keys and we got Harvey and he didn't do Endo should have played more. Then you say, all right, fine. But I just asked you the question, what did you see? What did your eyes tell you? He hasn't done it. So you're asking him to do something that you haven't seen. Why? Why are you expecting him to do something? You can pick the team almost every week. You can pick it. Probably one or two. Most times we do our prediction is like, who you want now? I can tell you, I want him, but he is this one, is this one, is this one. You can put 9 in every week. These 9, and then maybe him and him every week. So when you flip the script now and he says, all right, I'm going to swap 6 players in, this 11 hasn't played together once. Not one single match. For them to come and win at the Bridge, it isn't Southampton. It isn't, somebody has done. In Leicester. Yeah. You're down in the bottom in Ipswich. You're dealing with men that done now, not even fighting. These men dead and buried. It's not them. This team here at the Bridge still had something to fight for. So even if we had our starting 11, it would have been a match where it would have been physical and we would have had to do what we needed to do to win it. It wouldn't have been a pushover. So to make 6 changes then solidifies in some people's mind, he ain't good enough. So they got some people right now writing off players. Some of our fans just wrote off Curtis Jones, just wrote off Kwanzaa. Yeah, this is why Harfield don't play. And that was probably the best of the changes that was made. Costas was all right, but he just gets slandered because he's Costas and he looks sleepy, or like Dracula or whatever some people say. So he just gets slandered, man. Yeah. Serious. So they got some players that just aren't favored. Yeah, you've seen it. Once you follow football long enough, they got men out there's like, I like him. Boy, he's dropped the shoulder and do a little thing. So that's it. Yeah,
people do that.
Once he do that, he'll be good. Yeah, once he could do a little move, he good. 2 step overs or something. Oh, you see that? He ain't doing nothing else though. But you living and dying by that man. Yes. Well, the other man that grafting, you're saying, get rid of him, man. He doesn't have any skill, all right? He's saying he's all right, whatever. So there are people now who are writing the list of, hey, remember I was telling you that we need 7 players. Now we need 9 now, because this one and this one and this one. That's what it is. You could overreact, or you could just say, right, it is what it is. We lost. He made 6 changes. He's playing players to get medals, because he made a comment about Chiesa and saying, well, he understands you got to play 5, which, as far as I understand, the medals are given to you, you give whoever you want. But yes, I think he said it's customary. So he's probably looking at that and saying, well, he's going to get on or whatever. Connor Bradley came on. But it's a mismatch. When you put together a mismatch team, you can get a mismatch result. And that's what you got.
Yeah. Oh, that's that.
If
That's
you're
fair. No, that's fair.
and if you're
Well,
looking at the team to judge the players, then to me, you're being a little disingenuous. Because if you're looking at Harvey Elliott in this match and just saying, "Yeah, I told you that Harvey Elliott wasn't good enough to start," no problem. You wanted evidence to prove what you said, as we wanted. He ain't good enough, so today he proved it. So yeah, I'm right, because that's what it's all about. I told you, I said it, I'm right. That's what this is now. That's what we do. I was the first to say he wasn't good enough. Is what
no,
is,
that's
man.
fair enough. You know how people be and how they are and how they say those type of things all the time.
Narratives
Yeah,
and
and
agendas, man.
I wanted to say more. He said slot on what he and his squad have learned over the season to take forward to next year. That the margins are small. That has been throughout the whole season in the games we've won, and today again as well. You slipped twice, and you concede 2 goals. PSG, an incredible game, maybe the best game of our season, where we dominated the second half. We were just waiting for us to score a goal, which we didn't. Then because players got tired, I had to make quite a lot of substitutions. We were lucky to end up taking the penalties and talking about small margins, losing the penalty shootout. They are now in the semi-final and we are out. Yes, we all have quality players. Chelsea have them. City have them. Arsenal have them. Villa have them. We have them as well. But the margins are small, and that's why you have to work so hard every 3 days to get as many points on board. That's what we did this season. And if we want to have any chance of competing next season, then that's the minimum we need again. Thoughts in his comments there. Very open and honest, to be honest.
Spot on. But some of what he's saying there to me is his acceptance of his own errors this season.
Okay.
And it is small margins. And again, at the top is always small margins. At the bottom is something different, because the championship teams are the championship teams. But when you look at let's say from 7th, 8th right now, up to 5th, 4th, whatever is 3rd even, it's one game against one another that's going to be the difference between who's going to qualify for the big money next year and who won't. Small margins. One slip, one VAR error, one handball, one penalty, all of a sudden your season gone because of that decision. And that's what you can think. It's obviously all the other decisions as well, but it is always about the small margins. You're offside by a toenail, boy. Goal at that point in time gives you the advantage. You had the pressure on. Yeah, small margins.
Small margins. It is very much.
He's gone back to PSG, which is his week of small margins. That was the week for me. Southampton, Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle. He said he got 3 finals, and he made the error of playing the same 11 for 3 matches.
That's just crazy.
That's
he did the
fault.
JJ Reddit, man. In Lakers playing the same team.
And he actually copped to it on the first match, because at halftime he said, "Yeah, shit, I shouldn't have done this." And he pulled players at halftime against Southampton. He pulled at halftime. I said, "But this is an Endo start. This is a Curtis Jones. If Endo and Curtis and Harvey and somebody and St. Costas and Quans and them can't play against Southampton, who do they play against?"
True.
If Chiesa can't play against Plymouth and them men, because it was Plymouth in the FA Cup. No, that I was watching that week, because it was Plymouth and Accrington Stanley. I think was the round before. And I said, all right, if in January Chiesa don't get a start, he's never starting. I tell him, man, I said, because if in this window where we got the FA Cup along with all the other matches and you rotate, he's not part of that rotation. He's never seen minutes in the Prem. Because that's the time for you to say, all right, insert match fitness. Yeah, he looks sharp. All right, put him on the bench. So to me, this is him admitting to us too. Yeah, I now see it, because it's something you gotta learn. It's one thing to say I watched the Prem and players that's watch it and come and play say, yeah, I thought it was quick, but I didn't realize it was this quick.
Because it's not like that till you get into it. Because games, that games can look different outside of it, and then when you play, it's like when you play against someone who's at a professional levels. Done that on a few occasions who have played at a professional level. I'm like, well, yeah. It's setting special.
When the movie said this up, slow it down. Facts. What are you doing? Where you get these men from?
Yeah, facts. And then when you play next to them or in the same team, and it's just getting the ball and
yeah.
That's the one thing.
One, two touches.
No matter just get it in there. Certain players I've played ball with, and I'm just like, I know if I just get this in their vicinity, they'll control it. I don't even have to. You don't even have to be a great weight of pass or anything like that. Hey, just get them the ball.
Find me on the run, young fella. Just give me it through the seat. Yep, over the top. Yep. Gone. 1-0.
That's definitely it. Si, big up
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
super chat as well. Appreciated. He says
Big up,
Liverpool
big
need
up.
4 or 5 players next season. Our attack doesn't have pace, and we need one physical midfielder, and we need a left back, a centre back, a right back, striker, slot, try Maka at 10. Jeez, that's a side big up for the super chat. Thoughts on this? That's a lot of players. You said left back, centre back, right back, striker, and a 5 players. Talk about it, Pops. Floor's yours.
We had this conversation, I think, last week. And I think Barnes was saying 5. I said, I ain't know 5. Because again, all I say is, I like these. Like, see these? These just tell me things.
Like the eyes.
I never see 5. Never seen 5. Now, I hearing is a big summer. Verge say, Mr. Locke say, all right, look, see the ice? The ice waiting. Let me see some people holding up some shirts with the names on it. Then we can talk. Until then, it's just for me, #20 and let me party. Because yes, all that sound good. You definitely need a striker. Because you could see today Nunes came on, had a header, and he might headed it like a clearance. You said to yourself, Jesus. Jesus. He headed it. He was the striker, and he headed it like a defender. I said, oh my days. Yeah, he's done. And he unfortunately for us is one of the biggest problems, because if he were what he was supposed to be, and I'll compare to you, similar to what Hoyland was supposed to be. So let's say the two of them are on that trajectory where you're saying, yeah, these are good young strikers. This is his third. You know, he had 12 goals. He had 15. He's at 17, 18 now. He on that next season, he's a 20+ striker, because for the money you spend, that's the trajectory you want. His is going in the opposite direction. And you're saying to yourself, yeah, this is it now. Even the biggest supporters of Nunes, yes, he can still get the Nunes chant, because we've won the title now, so they can still get it. But if you ask them fans on the side, yeah, Nunes gone in the summer, yeah. And again, in the ill will or none of this, or this is just yeah. We gave him the time.
Terrible it is. Are you concerned? Because you did mention this last week about the red arrows not coming back. It's not going to be Salah, Mane again. We ain't going to get that fast pace. But because Size mentioned it here about the lack of pace, would you like to see more pace added to it, even if it isn't Salah and Mane and the red arrows as you mentioned?
But you need it without it being the red arrows. So the red arrows is gone. That's never to return. Salah is Salah, but Salah is, to me, Salah is somewhat regressing now, if you want. And I use that sort of loosely because the numbers don't say he's regressing, but he isn't the red arrow Salah now. He's the redefined Salah, where it's, if you've looked at his numbers, he's on pace for a 30-20 season. So you're saying to yourself, well, the master getting his goals, but he getting more assists now, which means he's finding himself in the seams where he can make that pass to somebody else. Now, unfortunately for him, he doesn't have a man that's going to bag 20 next to him, because if he did, he wouldn't need to be on 30-20. It could be 20-30 in the opposite direction, where you flip the goals to assists. He's now doing more of that creating, because that's what you should be getting, arguably, from your wide players, because your center forward and your center attackers are doing more on the inside. So yes, that's a long way of saying yes, we need more pace up front, because Jota doesn't have it. And I'm very concerned about the injury that he got. And I keep, in my mind, like I said, I don't know this for sure. I feel he had a punctured lung, and I could be wrong. I could be way off base, but I feel so. He isn't moving with. He was never electric, but you know the quick strikers are that first 3 steps is all
anticipation.
Exactly. Bang bang and get ahead of you. Once I'm ahead, there's nothing you can do because I'm ahead, and I've got that eye for goal. Bang bang. He's lost that to me now. So that's 2 in the middle where you're saying, well, I'm possibly in an ideal world, you'll say, all right, I'm going to take both of them out and get 2 new ones. Can't see that happening, because there's not a lot in there in the middle anyway. And what's on offer is, oh, he's 100 million. Yeah, he's 100 million. He's like, you know what? Forget that. You got to go. And again, this is where I say, they got men that getting paid to do all this data entry and all this processing and all. Figure out who the next, whoever he is, and get 2 of them. So if that is the lap, and somebody else. I don't know if that. I just thrown a name up because the lap
Just throwing
is
names out
one
there.
of them. Yeah, whatever. But Jaden Dance is a youngster in our team. Some people like him, a scouser. All right, cool. Maybe Jaden Dance is the man behind whoever the next man is. So is that Osherman? I don't know. Ekateki, Pedro, whoever it is. But none of them sound like electric either. So Nunes was that guy, but he just didn't develop into that guy, unfortunately, because he's quick. I don't think they got 4 players quicker than him in the Premiership. I don't think there are 4. I can't. Yeah. But after he shifts, that's the problem. He can shift and then nothing else. I mean,
that's right. That's fair.
Centre back is obvious because Joey G was hurt. So you don't know where that leaves you. And obviously Verge is resigned, and you're hoping to resign Ibu. And the centre back might be we want to get rid of Kwanzaa type idea as well. I don't know. That's some people's feelings. For me, I'm still out with Kwanzaa. He's still a young centre back. And
you'd be playing. Cool. So with those 3 and 1 more, you're like, all right, that's the 4th.
Yes. If I can get Kwanzaa 4th and I can get a 3rd. So obviously, Housen is the name that everybody's talking about from Bournemouth. I think he got a release clause or whatever. Yeah, he are as well. Good player, but he's 19 too.
Young.
Yeah. Is he happy to come and say, well, I got to fight with Verge and Ibu to get a starting spot while I'm starting right now? I don't know. But he's going to be, let's say 50 bags. Well, left back is Kirkheads for whatever reason. That's 35 to 50 as well, right? So that's nearly 100 million for the 2 of them. And you still got to get the striker, which could be, again, depending on who you're buying, 100 million too.
And right back as well.
With the 5,
Yeah. How are you looking at right back? So let's say Trent does leave. What you looking for?
Yeah, that's the Trent leaving. Oh. For me, it's I would love, I'll be honest with you, I'd love All Naini from Forest.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, he's quality.
That, to me, free, experienced. I tell Bradley, you want a shirt, you and he can fight for it. You tell me you're good enough to cover Trent, no problem. I bring this fella here. If you're good enough to cover Trent, you're good enough to beat him, eh? So don't worry about it. And 2 of them can figure out. Same thing on the left side. I keep in Robbo, I think I can sell Costas, and I add in a man. I can say, but look, young fella, whoever he is, I was just reading about some other guy from Club Rouge. I be linked with, who's cheaper than Kirkhead, apparently. Yeah. Again, he's one of them. Robbo knows where he is. Robbo's comfortable being the leader and probably being do you trust me enough still? Yeah. Do I have the legs? No. But I still trust you. So in a big match, I still trust you enough to do what you're supposed to do. But you ain't got legs for every match. Also, young fella, you're going to do some running. Now, if the young fella runs well enough that he takes the shirt from you, well, that's how it works. And I'm happy with that. And that would take care of sort of what you got in the back line. You move into midfield again, is profiles. He wanted Zubamendi, which says to me, still want something else. If you can get
you did run Zubamendi, yes, right?
Yeah, so if you can get that, because Gravenberch, as good as he is, hasn't played football to the degree as like this season. So he made a wrong move in his career, went to Bayern and suffered because of that, because he didn't really play. Then he came to us at the wrong point in time, so he didn't get a preseason. So again, he struggled playing in his first season for us because Klopp likes you to be in the preseason to get your legs under you. So he was basically in preseason while we're in season. So it took him a while to get in, so he didn't get minutes. So this season now he gained man minutes. Yeah, he gained man minutes, and you're saying yourself, yeah, how it feel? Not so good. But you want to play, right? Yeah, you don't want to play at all, right? Look, you don't feel so good playing all though. So you look around on the bench and you're saying to yourself, well, in the body for me? No, there's not. Because it was 3 from 4. Curtis Jones was the only one I was added. So it was the usual 3. Sabozalai, Maka, Grava, CJ. It was them 4 in a rotation. Harvey Elliott and Endo was sort of like the odds and end minutes. And you know what Endo was? Endo was a killer. The Gamshil Gorgi used to come on 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes ago. Shut it down. And that was it. And Harvey Elliott was sort of man on the outside, but he got injured again at the wrong point in time. Because he was pivotal to preseason work and then got injured. And that's one of the unfortunate things for footballers, especially when you're young and starting to move up. He got his ankle broken when he was on the upward trajectory and went backwards. Curtis Jones came into the team. He got injured and went backwards. And then you got to grind to get back to just level footing and then get back up to a level. And there's no guarantee that you can get back to the level that you were at before you get injury, depending on the injury too. And that's the unfortunate truth.
That is true.
And at some points, it's just one of the things where you put the in front of you, give me the scores. Yeah, you were doing 78s, 80s. You were heading in that 8. You fell off, and now you seem to be stuck in the 60 plus 70s. I need you to get up another level. Can you get to that another level? And if you can't, then unfortunately, you might not be a fit here.
Shame how injuries can just derail you in a heartbeat as well. Because we've seen it happen before.
That's the margins, though. That's what, the fine margins.
It's fine margins. It is fine margins. It is fine margins. That is true.
A man lands on your ankle and cracks it. Yeah. You're out for 6 months. Screws, pins. You're doing all the hard work, and you fight to get fit again. And that's just being able to run. That doesn't take you back to where you were. The first tackle you get, you wince into. The first time you run on the field, you're saying,
because you're thinking, how strong is it? Is it going to go again?
Yeah. So all them things that you got to get past psychologically as well as physically. And you hope that a younger player has, you got a little bit more time actually. So time on your side, you can heal faster. But if you're not getting back to the levels, it's just one at once. Sorry. But you used to be able to run at 20 miles an hour. Right now, you're only doing 17 and a half.
Yeah, that's peak. It really is. That really can harm you as well. And you see it with players. Yeah. And again, you as a fan, sometimes you just get invested, especially younger players. You like when a youngster comes through the academy or somebody from next door. Yeah, man, that's Johnson, Uncle. Well, Yeah. Manchester born and bred, the Scouse, whatever it is, you like the story. Facts.
At some points, the story's a short one. It's not always the novel. It's not always one of the ones that you can say, yeah, look at. And that's the unfortunate truth. And this is why summer is so big for everybody. Summer is equally as big for you, down in 15th. We are 15th, as it is for me in first. You know how to get that one.
So that's to say, we are 15th. I was playing that clip before. We are 15th. We are 15th, sir. We are 5 points.
You know, I messaged you during the watch log. I said, we are 15th.
We are 15th. We are 15th, sir. Yeah, we are indeed 15th. Hopefully we stay there, man. I think we win the Europa League, so hopefully we stay there. And Saeed was talking about, us not making 40 points. Hey, get 39 points, man. Stay on. I think we're on 38, 39. Stay on 15.
He's still under. He's still under.
Under 40, 100%. Go win the competition, man. Just to annoy people. Just to grind the gears of people. I've said this. 100% said this. Hey, I'm big up casually for the raid as well, man. Shout out my guy Marshall for the raid every single time. You lot continue to get your questions in. End of the city, run up the likes, yo. Hit the like button on the video. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Beige and Reds TV as well. The link is underneath in the description. It's on the featured channel page. I'm going to add it to the title in a second as well, people. But make sure you do all these lot. Regulars should already be subscribed to Beige and Reds TV already. Like I said, and add it to the title, but it's underneath in the description on the featured channel page. Marshall, I hope you're blessed as well. Shout out to Marshall. Footballing says, will Liverpool sell Jota this summer? Do you think you'll sell him this summer?
Problem is the numbers. So again, it's a numbers game, flawless. We got 6 forwards.
Yes.
Salah and Chiesa. I'm not sure what Chiesa's story is. Not sure. We got Jota and Nunes. I just said to you, Nunes is through the door, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we got Lucho and Gakpo. I think we keep both of them. Because noises were that Lucho wanted to go to Barcelona, but that was always that's his dad's thing. Oh, he was he liked to walk in Barcelona when he was a kid and all that. Yeah, cool, that's nice. And again, for me, if you want to go, all right, cool. Agent, figure out money, sort out. Thank you for coming. We got number 20. Big up to you. Enjoy yourself. Let me move on. If you want to stay, all right, sign the contract. Hey, let me double your money because you was on 55 grand or whatever, which seems ridiculous for a man that playing first team as an international. But the first contract you signed was a bad one. So, well,
Yeah.
And again, this is the system taking advantage of you because you were coming from a bad situation. So you were making $6,000 and we doubled it to 12 and a half. And you say, sure, I can take that. Then you say, wait, what? This is what the other men making? Yeah. So we can double it again. That's 25. But then we double it again and make it 50. But we've doubled you 3 doubles, but you're still only at 55. Graph what? 3 doors signed for 150. Kiesa signed for 150. So obviously you're looking at it saying, what going on? Now you should be looking at your agent and saying, what going on, buddy? How you could get me to sign this deal? What we doing? What are you doing? So he probably drew some money. To be fair, he drew some money. But that's so my front 6 there. At one point, I was telling you, one for certain was staying. I was Gakpo. All the rest were sort of up in the air.
Yeah,
Salah's resigned, so that's 2 for sure. I do not understand the Chiesa story, so someone needs to let me know what that is. If he's in or out, do not understand. If he's in, then he's in. And again, that's 3. If Lucho is in, that's 4. So if 4 of them are in, then you could possibly see Nunes and Jota go. I think Jota stays in Premiership. I think Jota will.
Yeah, someone will. If Jota leaves you, like someone will pick him up.
Yeah.
Somebody will pick him up. Yeah. Someone will say, "Yeah, I'll take Jota 100%." And big up Sai for the super chat. Another super chat. Appreciate it. He says, we can't depend on Salah one more season. We need to create more attacking patterns without involving Salah. That's why we need new attacking players. I hear that. Definitely a striker. I think you lot need a striker. Go on, folks.
That was so at the beginning of this season, my feeling was I wanted Salah to be our second top scorer, which meant somebody else said, yeah, it's my turn. And I was hoping that would be Nunes because that's the man I spent the money on and he was the striker. He didn't do it. So ultimately, you could see Mr. Locke saying, well, all right, what do I need to do? All right, let me lean on the right-hand side. And it became obvious that everyone was leaning on the right-hand side. I said, Jesus, man. All right, it's one thing to play where you know that the man on your right is superior. But for you to sort of bow to the man who was sickening to me. So Bosley would have a literally runs made, you in on goal, pass them all. Say, man, you in on goal. Have a shot. Come on, man. And then you hear Mr. Locke say, you're in the 10. You should score more. So I said, well, you listening to the man? He just tell you. Runs are made on purpose for you. You should score more. Yeah. And too many, as much as people say, all right, Mo had a stink or Mo was doing this and Mo was doing, I say, all right, but what happened to all the other men on the other side, though? Stop diverting over to the right. Sometimes take a shot. When you cut in, Gakpo, hit it top bins. Lucho, hit one. Find the striker. McAllister, more runs from you. Supposedly, more runs from you. Flood the box. Get more. But it can't be Salah for another expectation of another 30-20 season. That cannot be in the thought pattern. It can't be.
It's get him assistance and get him help. That's what it's got to be.
It's all right, good. I will see those numbers, but the numbers are across the front 6 now. So Salah might still get 15 and 10 or 15 and 15. You say good, because the man next to him has got 12 and 15 and the other man's got 15. And you're saying to yourself, all right, good. We still got 60 plus goals in our front section.
Oh, that's fair. And to someone who asked earlier, I forgot to start it asking me about back again and we'll be awake. I think we're doing it later. So something's going on. No, it's like, man, divas of the group months. So they got something going on. Lewis is mad big. These man are big celebrities. So you know what? I defer to them. So whenever we're in the group chat and we're like, can we do it at this time or that time? I'm just like, let me know what time it is. We're there. We all know, months, big superstar actor, Sony adverts, William Hill adverts, there with Cantona, 1 million+ views on TikTok. And Lewis is out here signing autographs outside the stadium, 60K views. He's on the Chelsea, 60K subscribers. He's on the Chelsea documentary that came out recently. Like, these man troops, it goes without saying, without troops. So Warrior J, I think it's nighttime. I think we're looking at like 10:30. I think so. They ain't said nothing else in the group. So I don't think it is afternoon. But regardless, I'll be there, people. I'll be there regardless. The only back again I was genuinely late to this year was the Leon one. Would you understand? Because I was, couldn't believe what I just saw, people. The second leg. That's what it was. The troops was like, you know what, I hear it. Because it was mad. Probably not Warrior J, but I'll try patting a fan calling show at a later date during the week. Yeah, these man ain't said anything. Let me check. Yeah, so it's probably evening time. But just keep a lookout anyway. Just keep a lookout. Side, big up for the super chats as well. Much appreciated also. And I think Yanti Distandi says with players like Mateta, Visa, Wood on double digits and Jota and Nunes combined get you double digits. Do we need significant upgrades? I think all Liverpool fans would say you need significant upgrades.
Yeah,
I think so. I would say so.
When you look at Wood and Mateta, again, it's sort of they're central strikers in a system that fits them with wide players that are wingers, not wide forwards. So when you look at Cho and you look at Elanga, those are men that can beat on the outside, cross that ball in, and Wood's going to jump up and head it in, bang, nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, that's the formula. Mateta, to me, has come along. Glasner has made him, I think, I saw a stat, he was, if not fourth behind Isak, the Cyborg, and Salah in goals scored since Glasner came. Just those three. And he said to himself, well, all right, well, if you can be beaten by 3, that is a good enough 3 for me. If you're next after them 3, then you're doing a good job. But again, it's a system that fits them. The problem that all of these sort of bigger sides have is when you're playing for a smaller side, you're generally the team that's on the back foot and you get space to run in behind and you get to counter attack a lot and all that sort of thing. Now, all of a sudden, when you got the ball, you're asking Chris Wood to just stand up there and head a ball. It ain't quite working because now you're playing against a low block and they got 2 big rocks standing up in between, one in front of one behind him in a sandwich. And he's not the most mobile. So he dropping in and doing anything. His is a couple little short runs in the in between there for a header. So it sounds good, but it won't necessarily fit. And that was, I think, part of Nunes' issue at a point too, was that Nunes looks good when the line is high and you have opportunity to just get in. Yeah. And it gives him a little bit more time to sort of say, well, all right, how am I going to mess up this shot? And when he doesn't think too much, he racks it top bins like he did against Newcastle, like he did against Brentford. And when he thinks too much, then you see a defensive header, you see a clearance off of the goal line as opposed to tapping. And it's mad because if you look at his highlights, you think to yourself, this is the same man that missed this. Two of these can be the same person. It just doesn't make sense. For me, I thought it was him not being able to slow it down because the best strikers will tell you, when you give me a through ball, as much as I at 90 miles an hour and running, in my head, everything's slowed right down. And I can see where the keeper is. I anticipate where his movement is, and I know exactly where it's spot in the net I'm gonna hit that square. And that's the top drawer finishers. And unfortunately, he is not in that bracket.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's very, very fair. Yeah, because some of the chances you see him miss, you're like, huh? Makes no type of sense. Side, big up for the super chats, though. Appreciate it. And you lot, Beijing Reds TV, links in the title. Click the link, opens up a new tab, and go subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Flawless thoughts on Brentford 4, Manchester United 3, and what's your thoughts on the youngsters' performances? Are you concerned with Mano? P.S. How come there was no match reaction? The reason why there was no match reaction, because I was so disinterested in the game, it would have been terrible. As you can see, like Warrior J, you watch my content enough. If I am going back and forth with the chat and entertaining and reading both chats, playback, also I had the YouTube game, I had the game on the other laptop. But when I'm going back and forth and we're having conversations of stuff outside of the game, I'm not paying 110% attention. Plus, I was up earlier on that morning anyway, so I was just like, couldn't care less about what goes on in the Premier League. So that's why there was no match reaction. In regards to the game, the 2 late goals made it look more respectable than it was, because 4-1, it looked awful. And 4-1, the jokes run. Whereas 4-3, even though we scored 2 late goals and it was good goals, it's like, it makes it like, all right, it wasn't that bad of a game. It's, again, thoughts on the game when, I can't say when as expected because I didn't expect 7 goals, but Manchester United conceding goals, that's to be expected. But us scoring 3 surprised me. Lineup was decent enough. The youngsters, they struggled. You know what I'm saying? Fredrickson struggled. Amas struggled at times. Cheeto just looks more threatening. There was a couple times, there was a couple important blocks on a couple of shots that he made. That was pretty much it. Did anyone else play? Yeah, it was just Fredrickson, Amas, Cheeto. Yeah, it was those 3. I don't know why he went with more senior players. Why Agate's playing, why Dorgu's playing, why Garnacho's playing. I have no idea in this match. And you lot know I rate Dorgu. I have my thoughts on Agate as well, but I'm saying we know what they give you. Switch it up. Like, you don't even have to necessarily play. You play Ericsson. Ericsson could have went out of there. if you really wanted
Yeah.
to. If not, play Kone. Same way playing an attacking midfielder, you know what Garnacho brings you. Like people like Delit, and they're saying he walked off. I mean, he walked out the stadium, no crutches, so that's good. Hopefully, it isn't a bad injury because he could be key for us in winning the tournament. So yeah, Delit, him getting minutes makes sense. Same with Mount getting minutes, that makes sense. Mainov as well being up to speed. I get to him in this regards to this question. Also, Ahmad played 45 minutes, which was great. That was great to see because I was not worried. I didn't know how far off he was because he only got 10 minutes against Bilbao, which made me believe against 10 men that he was way off it in terms of just overall fitness. And then he got 45 minutes today, looked sharp, didn't look gassed. So he'll get some form of minutes against Bilbao, whether that's 45, whether that's 30, whether that's 20 or less. Cool. That's what I'd say. And to I Love Gambling, yeah, I know Warriors and Rockets is about to tip off. As soon as this show's done, I'll redirect over to the YouTube and we'll be on the playback as well. And in regards to Mano, never concerned with Mano. You know why? Because he's talented. If a player's talented, I'm not fussed. Because the manager is just why he plays him in the pivot. I don't know. He was involved in the goal today, the first goal. It was his ball down the line to Garnacho. Garnacho, good crossing. And then Mount ended up scoring. It was a good team goal. So am I concerned about Mano? No. I just want to see him in the 10. That's legit it. But do I have any concerns about him? Nah. One of the few things at Manchester United I genuinely worry about is Mano. Not in the slightest. Just play him in the 10. Wherever this manager does it, I don't know. But I'm him cooked anyway. Now, let's just be honest. He's cooked. He ain't making it till the end of next season. Not if this carries on. And everything leads me to believe that this is going to carry on. Because the things he's doing just make no sense. Make zero sense. So it's like, you carry on managing like this, you won't now. When they pull the trigger, I don't know. Because we've seen how long they took with Ten Hag, and that wasn't their guy. How long did he take with Amorim? Did they say, all right, it's going bad in October, we pull the plug? Did they wait till Christmas? Did they wait till February? Did they look at what we're doing in the Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup? These are all new things because we've never seen him with a guy they've signed and a guy they've backed. But we've seen what they did with Ten Hag, and them taking so long and being so indecisive with that led us, contributed to where we are now. Because if they had gotten Amorim in the summer, like they should have, maybe we're not doing this. Maybe we're seeing a better Amorim. Or even on the flip side, Amorim performs like this and we know he's not good enough, so there's no questions about him. Because if Amorim had a whole summer, this summer just gone, had brought in, had his players, and was playing like this, I'm saying get rid of him. And everyone's saying get rid of him. There's no question. The question mark surrounding Amorim as to why they can't get rid of him or people are not Amorim out is because of Ineos. Them being indecisive cost us into the situation. Because they didn't give this man a fair shot. Now, if they give him a fair shot, I'd be like, hey, Amorim, this is all on you. Granted, if the players go first and Amorim goes with him, I'm cool with that. I have no issues. And many people on this channel are Amorim out. We've had the conversation. I fully understand it. I just want the players gone first. Because if the manager goes first, all the direction goes to who the new manager is and what he can do for the players. And I'm tired of that. I'm tired of being Manchester United. We are the employer, not the employee. It's supposed to be about what the employees can do for the company. But when it comes to Manchester United, it's always what can Manchester United as a football club and an institution do for the employees? And I'm tired of it. Tired of it. Stick to death of it. Or how can we get the best out of such and such? We're the only club that does this. We're the only company on this level. Like whatever big Microsoft. You think Microsoft hire people and say, hey, what can we do for you? Or do they hire people to do what's best for them? Or Sony? Or just pick a big company, anyone, or Adidas, or whoever. YouTube, we're on YouTube now. You think YouTube's hire people? Oh, what can we do for you? Or do they bring people into what they can do for us? But we do that. Always trying to save people. I'm saying, always got the cape. Oh, we can get the best out of such and such. And I'm tired of that. I don't want any more of that, regardless of if we win the Europa League or not. So, yeah, I look at it in that sense. Also, and Andy says United lack creativity until Eriksen came on, because that's what Eriksen can bring. Eriksen's of a certain quality, he's going to do like that pass he played into Garnacho. The amount of times players in our team would overhit that. It's a simple pass, but he weighs that into Garnacho's path nice enough that Garnacho can take a touch and hit it. If he underhits it or overhits it, Garnacho probably don't score the goal. But he won't get credit for the assist because it was a quality finish by Garnacho. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's what. We'll see what happens in regards to it. And yeah, I know Pops wants to hear about this as well. You know, Athletic Bilbao 0, Manchester United 3, Ponzi Scheme FC back in full effect. And we pulled off the biggest heist of all the biggest heights. You know what I'm saying? We got the big diamond. We really did. Now we just gotta go with the other one. But we managed somehow. We managed somehow to get past all the security. They had all the beams and we went under. Like, we really did. We pulled off this heist. That's in shock. Still in shock. Anyone who watched my watch-alongs knows how astonished I was at the time, how astonished I was in my match reaction, and even the day after. Because nobody bar Kaneki, who predicted a United win, predicted a big win. So to get it, and we deserved it. 15, 20 minutes, we were shaky, and Aki Williams missed the header. But outside of that, they didn't offer anything. And I was super surprised. I keep saying this, even when we went 2-0 up and they had the red card, I said on the watch-along, don't let these players back into it. I'm expecting a response from them at that up point. Soon as it goes 2-0, 10 men, I'm expecting them, all right, shit, here goes. We are going to be under siege. And people say, oh, well, they had 10 men. Look at what Leon did to us with 10 men. They got better. They dominated us with 10 men. So I was expecting Athletic Bilbao, who I think are a better side than Leon, even though I might have to look at that different now, to do much more. And it never happened. I'm expecting bullets. I'm expecting, everything, grenades, sticky bombs, bazookas, MAC-10s, you know what I'm saying? All of machine guns, grenade launch, everything. And they had a slingshot and a rock. That's what it was. Slingshot, we were comfortable. 3 shots on target. And one of them was a late free kick that Onana saved comfortably. I was expecting so much more. And the crowd was up for it. So I can't even get onto the crowd. The crowd was bang up for it. But
the Lindelof block was a big moment in the game to me.
The Lindelof one, the one that, and I can't even give him credit for the block. You know why? Because he just hit him. He didn't try to block that. Just hit him. Just hit him. Go watch it back.
You give the man credit for being where he was. That's all. Just give him credit.
Yeah. It's not like he shifted his body. He just happened to be there on the scene. He didn't shift his body. Like he didn't shift his body. I've seen defenders block things, and I've seen when defenders go to block the ball and the ball hits them. The ball just hit him. Was there only 2 shots on target, Warrior J? I stand corrected. I thought it was.
That was the moment, though. That one goes in.
It did.
It's a different story because that was early. That was under that wave of pressure when they were still on the ascendancy. But yeah, man. Harry Beckenbauer on the wing, man.
Drop the shoulder. Sent man.
The slowest drop of the shoulder you're ever going to see.
And you know the craziest part? It's sent the defender. That was the maddest part. Sent him. He didn't know what hit him because he sent him twice. And then it was a good cross into the box. But that's Manchester United for you. Our centre-back, our central centre-back, doing up right wing duty, crossed the ball to our DM, who headed it on to our other DM. Manchester United in a nutshell. And the penalty was a penalty, by the way, people. People can say, it was soft. Don't put your hand on the player in that instance. And that being said, 2 things. One, Højlund probably not getting there. He's probably going to miss the ball completely, number 1. And number 2, if he gets there, he's probably going to miss. Because he's Højlund. Panic, though. Defender panicked. Yep. And to the point, I didn't know. I thought the red card had been given. I thought he had said something to the ref. I thought it was double jeopardy. But clearly I was wrong and happy for the red card. So, yeah. And then 2-0 up, I'm like, all right, cool. Go get the third, which we did. My only criticism is we didn't get 4 or 5. That was it. But other than that, no complaints.
You should have ended the tie. I mean, the tie is done, but you should have ended the tie on the night. Yeah. You should have left there 4-0 up. Second leg really is just academic.
And that's it. That's exactly what we should have did.
At 3-0, you still have the possibility of the exact reverse happening to you. Early red card for something stupid, penalty, whatever. 3-1, 10 men. Oh hell, we gotta defend for 90 minutes or 80 minutes, 7, whatever length of time it is. Because that's what you're gonna do. Because you're gonna sit in and say, well, we up 3-1, let's defend it. And as you can remember, against Lyon, attack versus defense for any length of time, you're gonna concede. And it's gonna be 3-2, and then it's gonna be, all right, how much time left? Can we hold on for the next? And everybody can, like I said, that's pamper time. Pampers and briefs, boxes, pampers. And briefs. Yeah, boy.
I don't need that, man.
Wearing what? And you don't need that.
Yeah, I don't need that. I'm just about recovering from that Lyon game. I don't need that. I'm just about recovering from that Lyon game to the point Veo was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, did you see the game? Like, that's what was wrong with me. You see the game. That's it. And Harry, now I
PSFC
get
and
your questions
qualified.
in, Harry, my bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just because me and Pops. But Harry, get to the questions. I always try and start the best ones. Ask me again and I start them. Don't worry about it. And that was legit. I was just expecting so much more from Bilbao. But again, surprised, super shocked, happy to be wrong. Everyone who called dubs, hey, you lot called it right. And I'm happy you lot called it right. But no one expected 3-0. I expected 3-0.
Last week you're here with all these statistics and Bilbao haven't lost and this and that, and I say this is the team here. This one,
yeah, that was my fault, Pops. I looked at it and I went, like I said, I'm expecting the whole armory. Like these might gonna be, like I said, sticky bombs, grenade launchers. I'm expecting it all, machine guns, Uzis, everything. That's
when
what
you
I'm
flipped
expecting.
it and said if you were fourth and they were in your position, would you expect to lose to them? And I said, well, that's actually a good point. But then I saw them, I say, this team is a team that nobody can beat. Okay.
I couldn't believe it. Just lackluster. Which is like you don't expect, especially a team like they're a team not only informed, they're a confident outfit. At home, where the crowd was up for it. Because in the first 20 minutes, we struggled. Like Lindelof struggled. Agate struggled. Like in particular, Dorgu struggled. We couldn't get out. Didn't really outside of the offside goal. Garnacho scored. I was like, all right, here we go.
Yeah, the pressure was on, and you had to dig deep. You had to dig deep for that first 20 minutes or so. Yeah.
And props to them, they did. So I have to do props to them. Yeah, Naki better, but like Maguire, Yoro, Cass, Bruno, Maz, they were the five who were like, all right, cool, because you got the Terror Twins up top who give you nothing. Agate is doing something he shouldn't be doing, and Lindelof is just dreadful. He is just woeful. And you talk about Pampers and briefs, always in Pampers. As soon as the going gets tough, always in Pampers, all the time. Never stands up and is counted. Worst player. And that's supposed to be your game, is on the ball. He's supposed to be an on the ball defender. Like, I'm playing the ball out from the back. Struggled. Absolutely passing the ball. There was a time where he gave the ball away and Casemiro had to chase the man down. And he ended up knocking out for a corner, but it was also a one-on-one. But yeah, all the stats, and you see him and you go, is this it? But I've said that about Leon and Sociedad. But I'd actually watched Bilbao, so I was like, okay, a little bit more. But again, happy to be wrong. And I think we'll win the competition. I did say that beforehand. I said, this is our final. I think we beat Spurs or Bodo Glimt, whoever it is. And everyone was like, oh, Bodo Glimt gonna beat Spurs. I'm like, nah. But some people still have Bodo Glimt getting past Spurs.
Yeah, that's just the Spursy thing, man. That's everybody just trying to let's do it. Let's talk at the Spursy thing. I figure we said this already. And we said it's going to be an embarrassment when 15th and 16th in the Premiership walk out at the Bilbao Stadium to lift the trophy. That's going to put them back in the Champions League and make someone who has a lot of money in their pocket watch the Champions League. Yeah. The City has shifted gears. Pep says, not us. Get from down there. Shift, let me get at the table, because we are not going to be the man crying in the money come end of the season. So not us.
It really is. It's really just
as it stands right now. I think it's Chelsea, right? Chelsea are on the bubble, right? That's the 5th spot.
Chelsea are so the 5th place team. No, because I think the Europa League, when it'll be 6 teams in it, so top 5 will get the Premier League, and then also Spurs, whoever wins the Europa League, will go into the Champions League as well. So there'll be 6 teams in it.
Are you sure that's confirmed?
Yeah. That's confirmed. Yeah. That's confirmed.
Mm-hmm. I like my story better.
Yeah, you like yours with the bump, the bump down.
I like you winning it and killing the 5th spot. Yeah.
But that being said, because Harry's mentioned this as well, because we was discussing this. Let me get to it 1 second. It says, guys, thoughts, there is a possibility that City, Chelsea, Newcastle, Forest, Villa all on 69 points by the end of the season, and Arsenal can lose to PSG, pull Newcastle and draw with Southampton. I was looking at this earlier. My 5 is actually Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Newcastle, Forest. I think Chelsea and Villa miss out. When I did my predictions, I think Chelsea and Villa are the 2 sides that miss out looking through the fixtures. That game is key tomorrow, today, technically now with Forest, because they travel to Palace.
Innit?
But then Newcastle play Chelsea. Yeah, Newcastle play Chelsea as well. I looked at it, I went, that is my 5. That's what I'd say.
If we had beaten Chelsea, I would have said done. A win today for them is big for their confidence, but Newcastle and them, that's the money versus money there, boy. That's the big money on the table. That's the one there. That's going to be interesting. But they're not on. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't super impressed with Chelsea either. As much as I say I credit them for winning, I look at them and I still say something's still missing from you for all the money that you spent. Yeah, you got a shit keeper. Everybody knows that already. So that's the first thing.
Quality. That's what's missing from
yeah.
Quality.
Sanchez isn't good. Colwell and my guy that you chased away and brought back. The defender, centre back.
Oh, you're talking about Chalobah?
Chalobah, yeah.
Trev. Yeah.
All right. Two of them, all right. You know what I mean? All right, but that's not sort of levels. I think Cucurella is a good. You can't get Reece James on the pitch long enough to say he's back in whatever he's supposed to be, because again, he's levels, but if he ain't playing, he can't be levels. The fact that you had to put Caicedo at right back says, are you taking 100 million man from the centre the part to play him at right back? Are you as good as he's versatile, but that's not where you want the 100 million man, or you want the 100 million man in Middle Park. It's good that you got Lavia still to obviously go there with Enzo, but Neto and Sanchez and
Madueke.
Again, all right, good, whatever. And Jackson is, okay-ish. If Jackson's on the market, no, ain't like any. We all need a striker. We ain't rushing to go and say, "Give me Jackson." And again, with all due respect, we ain't rushing to get so. Cole Palmer aside, and even he was going through a drought. Your man Gary Neville was, you know how it is with he in the English stuff. Oh God, oh Paul Palmer. Oh, did you see him today? I said, Jesus, Gary, come on. A little bit over the top. The man said if they were more like him, Chelsea would be first. I said, Jesus. No, see, there's a problem. We don't got to be that hyperbolic. He had a good game. 4 months or whatever, he didn't do nothing. He's been struggling. He can't figure out what, just ghosting through games. All of a sudden, he had a good one. He levels. Yeah, you can see the quality and look what he did to Curtis Jones. And I said, all right, you know what? This should stop you from commentating. You should stop you. Because you are a mess. Manchester United situation has you in problems. You're a mess. So watching Liverpool lose, you could see the smile on the man's face as he's commentating. And he's saying, "My understand we win the title though. Remember that, right? Just remember. Chelsea winning. But look, you see the fans behind it? 20 is we're holding up behind him. Just remember that. They lack it. Damn. I can't see that because I can't see Arsenal join with Southampton. Last game of the season, Arsenal got everything on the table. They can beat Southampton. What are we talking about?
Yeah. Arsenal. I think Arsenal will get there. I think they're fixing.
That's the get the jail card free right there. So Southampton at the end, we can beat them. We can beat them for sure. So we know we end on at least 3 more points, and that's enough. Yeah.
That's how I looked at it with Arsenal. That's why I was like, I think Arsenal will. I think they'll be all right because they're currently they're on 67 points. One more win, which I think they'll get against Southampton. 70 points will be enough.
And City got Southampton next to win it. So that's 3 more for City guaranteed. Exactly.
City got Southampton. Yeah. So they got Southampton away, Bournemouth at home, Fulham away.
So Forest, all eyes on you tomorrow against Palace. Because if you can't get a win against Palace, that's it. That's it.
Hey, come on, Forest. I don't want Chelsea to get champs, actually. So I'm hoping Forest do. I think they will. I think Forest will do the business because I'm looking. Because you know what? Forest got Leicester City. They got Leicester City at home and West Ham away.
That should be 6 points. That should be 6.
There are 2 games you look at and go, even though their form's dipped off, that you'll get 6. Whereas I don't think Chelsea.
What they should do tomorrow is just not lose.
Yes. Yeah, draw worst case scenario.
Yeah. Just not lose. Make sure at a minimum you're leaving it with 1 point. You got 6 points put down for the rest. That should be enough.
Yeah, because Chelsea got Newcastle away, United at home, and then Forest away.
Exactly.
And Warrior J asked me, I think Chelsea lose to Newcastle. I got Newcastle 2-0 in that game. I mean, you lose.
Newcastle drew today, right? Yeah, they drew today.
Yeah, they drew 1-1 against Brighton, yeah. And then Villa, their fixture list is not the kindest evil. You know, you'd actually expect them to. Yeah, actually, it's all right. Bournemouth away, Bournemouth away, Spurs at home, United away. See, it's 3 wins. You'd expect them to win them last 2, but so it makes me go, they don't. Whether it's us or whether it's Spurs. And then again, even if they get them 2 points, get 6 points, is that enough? Do they beat Bournemouth away? I don't think they beat. Let's say they get max 7 points.
I think they need 9. I think they need all 9.
Yeah, because I don't think 67 is enough. Because 67 with their poor goal difference, Arsenal are currently on 67, City are on 64, Newcastle are on 63, Chelsea on 63, Forest win tomorrow, they'll be on 63 too. So not only are you looking to get 7 from 9 or even 9 from 9, you're asking them teams in front of you to drop off.
To drop off as well,
yeah. Flawless, actually, before you end the stream, if Forest win tomorrow, do you think top 5 fight would be decided by the end of the season? I think it'll go down to the wire anyway.
Yeah,
I think so. I think it will go down.
You want that though, because the title's finished already and relegation's done. You still want some interest, so this is still good for viewing.
Yeah, it is still good for viewing because as much as I wanted City to not finish top 5, they are. So hopefully Chelsea. I want to see all the Chelsea that we're over here crying. Not so much you, Warrior J, you're cool, but it's the rest of you lot. I'm saying you lot chat too much. The likes of Hano and CP and all this, and Prime and Victor and all these scrubs. So I'm like, you know what? I need some Chelsea tears on the last day. That's what it is. And I genuinely don't think you lot get it. But that Newcastle game gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that's
I think you lose. It's a big game. It really, really is. But we'll see what's what. But yeah, people, I think that is pretty much it. Again, subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Hit the notification bell as well. And Andy, you asked Flawless, do you want to see Agate next season as a starter or squad player? Agate has his uses, but should be a squad player. Shouldn't be starting week in, week out. Shouldn't be.
Honestly, I don't think he should be there. I don't think he's good enough. I remember we were linked with him, and I watched him in the Copa, and I said, "Nah, not him. Please don't sign that. Don't sign it. Not for me. No.
I'm big up to Vaya, man. Vaya, we're gonna partner the show next week. Big up, man. I hope you're blessing that. Sorry you couldn't do it this week, but shout out
big
to
up,
Vaya,
big up, Hashtag 86.
Yeah, I hear you, Flawless. Bless up, pops. Yeah, man. Hey, Vaya, you not winning the FA Cup? Talk to us, Vaya.
You better.
I think they do it. Unfortunately, I think they do it. They might even pinch Arsenal to friggin' They might even pinch Arsenal to second because I had it when I did my prediction. I had them tied on points, but Arsenal got the better goal difference. I think it'll be close. I think it will be close.
Bigger Aunt Dico, I see in the chat. Aunt Dico is saying that when we won 82-83 season, in the last 6 games, we drew 5 and lost 1. I think it was. No, lost 5, drew 1. When you're on the drinks, that can happen, man. 20 times, man.
You know, 20 times, it feels nice 20 times to win league titles, isn't it? It's great. It's not everyone can relate. Yes, Warrior J, I've not updated it yet, but I am going to update the YouTube and playbacks for next week. But Pops, anything you want to add before we close out?
No. It was 15th. We are 15th, and we are first. 20 times. It's just a numbers game, that's all. And Thursday, it's all about midweek, apparently. I haven't seen any of my friends over this weekend talking football.
It is all about midweek.
No Gunners, no Mikes, no one wants to talk on the weekend all of a sudden. So it's nails bitten down to the nubs. It's all about midweek, right?
All about midweek. I think they're Tuesday as well. They're Tuesday.
Yeah.
Them jokers traveling to PSG. So actually, since you mentioned it, let's go there. Do you think they get past PSG or you think they're going out?
This weekend isn't giving me anything. That's the problem. I watched on this weekend and I say, Jesus. And it has nothing. Honestly, right? A match on the weekend has nothing to do with what you can do midweek because you can see some of the players just started going through the motions themselves. And that's probably the worst thing you can do. If you can just go through the motions, why even play? Because I didn't understand the requirement to play the 11 that are going to start. You got players on there. You say, why? Just sit down, train hard, and go and do your job. Because now you're lost and you're going into the game on the back of a loss with the players that you can play as starters. That means they got minutes on the legs that they really didn't need for no reason.
Facts.
They got to score first, Flawless. I mean, that goes without saying, but they got to weather that storm and they got to score first. If they don't do them 2 things, and you know what I tell you, it's Pampers and Briefs again. Who wearing Pampers and who wearing briefs? That's the question. Much like when they went to the Bernabeu, can they do that again? Can you repeat that, but from a different position? Because you went there already ahead. This is you going there behind. So
I don't think they can. The reason why I don't think they're built to chase. That's the problem. Even if they would have won 1-0, I would have been like, yeah, Arsenal got this.
Yeah, it's easier for them to sit in a little bit.
Yes.
And break. Because for me, they're better defensively than most teams are playing. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. They got to nick one early though. Because if they nick it early, then they can do exactly what I sit back a little bit, absorb it.
Max, catch them on the break.
And then yeah.
Wow, I think they're going out. I'm not gonna lie. When they going out, I think they are.
I feel it going extra time. I feel it going extra time.
He's going extra time. What you reckon goes pens or extra time winner for one of them?
Nah, we getting pens. We getting pens.
You getting pens?
Yeah, we getting pens.
2-1
pens.
2-1 pens.
Oh, that get hurt.
If they get pens, they going out.
No, that get hurt. Getting out on pens is the worst.
Yeah,
worst.
they going out on pens. Saka to miss again.
Oh, don't do that. Nah, don't do that, Flash. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yo, tell him he's a quality player, but you gotta get better from penalties.
Not Saka.
I miss one for England.
I'll put it on
miss
Saka.
One for West Ham. Miss one for West Ham. Don't do
that to the guy. Don't do that to the guy, man.
Hey,
you know what I can mean. Saka misses a penalty. You know what I can mean. So don't let me not do that. Let me not do that. But I think honestly, I think it go extra time. I think it'd be 2-1 and it go extra time. I think.
Yeah, fast.
And so then for any number can play. Yeah.
And then Wednesday they play as well. Oh, we will be there, people. And don't worry, the United Arsenal show. Well, no, I should tell a lie. The Arsenal podcast will be immediately after.
It can be before. I think you can before, right? Or you moved it?
Yeah, I moved it. Yeah, we're doing that show after. Yeah. After. Because last week we did it Tuesday straight after. And then Wednesday straight after. That's what it is. Because we had to see the meltdowns, troops going through it. Oh, it was great. It's great.
So what are you saying? You feel they're gone? Oh.
Yeah, I think they're done. No, I don't think they do anything. They might have saying Timber's out as well. Yeah.
Timber's gone.
They're saying Timber's unavailable. Yeah. I think that big pitch, they got to chase.
But that's big, though. Timber being gone is huge. That means Ben White starting.
Yep. Benjamin White.
Nah, he's stink since he's come back. It's horrible.
Kvaratskhelia, Doué over there. This version of Dembele.
God, no. I think Dembele can miss, though. No, or he's good.
Nah, Dembele's still
He was doubtful. He's good. He's good.
Oh, is he doubtful? Well, he didn't play.
He had a knock or something, I think. I think they rested everybody in the weekend anyhow, because they were done, right?
Yeah, they rested everyone. Yeah, he did. He did come off in the game, but he said he'd be all right. So he should be all right. And Troops said we are the Champions League blood, but people telling me, oh, Troops be positive. What is there positive to be about blood? Oh yeah, man, that Troops crash out going to be absolutely sensational.
But if he's done already, he shouldn't crash out. If he's done, so if he's already resigned to going out, then
I think it's because of the people who be on his case. That's where that stems from, with the whole be positive. After they beat Real Madrid twice, it's like, are you still Arteta route, to all this type of stuff? That's where that stems from.
See, this weird. This is funny to me, right? Because everybody talks about everybody else. Oh, you're obsessed with me. You're obsessed with me. You're obsessed with me. I don't know which one came first, but I listened to somebody fan cams. You just lost to Paris Saint-Germain, and we're talking about Liverpool in the fan cam. I think to myself, why though? Like, what's the connection? After you beat Real Madrid, it was too much as well. You did too much. Yes, that was great. Yes, but it was the wrong round. You needed that to be the semi-final, pushing you into the final, not the quarter-final, take you into another two-leg tie before the final. That's the issue. Because, and this is funny, but if you judge the fan base by the team or the team by the fan base, you'd say the men got too high. And the only thing you can do it on a high is come off the high.
Thanks.
And that's the problem. Paris Saint-Germain, it was, we beat them already. And I hear saying, but yeah, that was in the group stage. That's not the same team. And that's not just because they're not Liverpool out. You could see adding Craver to any team, anywhere, is a level up. Any team, anywhere, you add Cravo, it's a level up.
Absolutely.
I would have snatched him in January. Yeah, come.
Yeah, definitely.
If I had the money, I was in the transfer committee and he was leaving, buy him. Why? I don't care. Buy him. He can fit. We can find somehow to get him on the pitch for us. Are you mad? Quality. That's quality.
Yeah.
And it's quality that you don't see every week. That's the other thing. When you play against when Van Dijk had issues against a big striker, you're saying yourself, Van Dijk looked very nervous. Yeah, because most of the times what he doing, he got men running onto him and he just marshalling and moving around, collecting it. All of a sudden, you got a man standing up on your toes, pushing you and fighting with you. You're used to it. It's a little uncomfortable now.
It's new.
You don't see Cravat every week. They got a couple good wingers in the Prem, but he and Doué, different. Yes.
No.
Timber not being there is a big miss. Partey being back is a big plus. So it's one of them. All right, does that sort of even itself out, or is Ben White that bad now? Because he didn't look good to me in the matches that I saw.
Partey and Rice, they got the $100 million man next to Partey. They good, man. They calm. Got a £100 million player there next to Partey. They good, man.
That means and the beast up front.
The beast is back, man. Where's the Tony, man? Where's the Tony? We didn't see that. We didn't see the King Kong thing in the show last week. I was saying, we seen him resigned. You see them talking about going flawless. You know you want to laugh. I was out there. I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even run jokes before the show or after the show. Go watch it back, people. I did not run jokes.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah.
They need to stick in it.
Sorry, say again.
Sorry, no. They just need to. They all survive that early onslaught from them fans and find that early goal. I see a set piece if they get a free kick early or something like that and can manage to nod one in, get the beast on the end of one onside. All of a sudden, pendulum swings in their favor.
Oh yeah,
and it's back to 0-0, and you're saying it's all right. You know what? All right, let's sit in a little bit and see if we can stem the tide and go on the counter.
Yeah, I think too many. I think briefs too many Pampers out there, and they're gonna struggle.
Too many Pampers.
Too many Pampers. Too much quality. Even though they're defensively good, they have to chase.
Yeah,
which is going to
that's the big issue.
If they was up, then I'd be like, hey, Arsenal got this. Even against Kvaratskhelia, Doué, Dembele, their midfield, etc. We've seen what their midfield did at the start. They're going to do that again. And their ultras were up for it. Away. So at home, that place going to be bouncing. I'm all for it. So seeing Arsenal go out, that's going to, not only are they so disappointed about that, the civil war that Arteta in versus Arteta out, and then they have to next day watch United and Spurs both reach a European final. Biblical. Beautiful. They send them over the edge. And then they have to wait and watch that. And the Arsenal fans have to back us.
They get unplugged. Now they get unplugged.
I love it. I'm saying, I'm making sure they don't. I told Troops. I'm saying, I told Troops, how's it feel? You have to back us in the final. And if Manchester United lose, you're going to be more disappointed than I am. That's the beautiful part. That's the platinum lining.
No, that's nasty.
If United lose the final, as disappointed as I would be and extremely disappointed, Arsenal fans will feel worse because they're going to be a parade on your doorstep. They're going to parade on your doorstep. And I'll go.
That's why I'm glad they only have one real enemy, Flawless, because they would never have this situation. There'll never be a team where I'm saying I'm backing Flawless to beat them because I want them. Oh no. It's always whoever is against you. Easy for me.
Yeah.
Easy.
I hear that.
I'm sure it's the same, right? Who are you backing me against? Nobody. No one.
Never. See? Ever. Like, shout out Real Madrid because we almost got a Liverpool City final, which was my worst fear. Almost happened. It almost when Real Madrid did the madness against City.
Blue. You'd be in blue. You would have to be in blue. You would be in ble. Jurgen Klopp said it. His biggest job was turning Manchester United fans into City fans. That was his biggest job.
It was disgusting.
You were blue.
I'd have to. I'll shout out Real Madrid. They saved me that day, man. When Rodrigo did that Mazza at the end, it was beautiful. That's worse than having rivals compete for the Premier League is one thing, but the champs in a one-off game. And Arsenal fans, that's what you have to welcome. So not only are you going out
watching,
The entire world watching. Not only are you going out of the Champions League, you don't have to watch United and Spurs contest for a European trophy. Saying you've not won either. And you either way, whoever wins, you lose. No matter who wins, you lose. Because United win, and we've had such a terrible season, and if we've won more in 1 year than you have in the last 6, or Spurs win. And it's on your doorstep.
Monumental.
Parade
that's a parade. That's a parade.
Yeah, parade. They gonna turn. Oh, North London gonna be crazy. Guess what, people? I'm gonna pull up. I know the parties are gonna be crazy. I'll pull up. I will take a picture next to the logo. I'm saying, what we doing? Go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Set the internet on fire. I'll
Meet
take a picture
expressions.
right next to the logo.
Tap into home.
Yeah, like shout X.
Why
Yeah,
did
like,
the gang?
I'll
be in the crew.
Shout Jez, couple other Spurs fans, even though we've lost the air, but we won. Because Arsenal fans will hate this. 100%. And it could happen to a nicer fan base. You see, because Troops is going to do a watch along for it. So see him having to back us. I'll be like, yo, I'll get you a United shirt. I got you, man. I got you. You like red and white? There you go. Love it. Beautiful. It is. But we will be there, people. Why? If they are, why am I a dangerous man? You keep saying, why am I a dangerous man, Vader? Why? Why? Huh? Hey, Flawless, at least you don't have to deal with Arsenal in the final since they're out, and you could have hey, that's what I'm saying. Because I thought he was going to make it. Genuinely. I thought he was going to get past PSG. But now, once they lost that, I was like, yeah, you ain't chasing them down. Nah. Don't have enough. Don't have enough. But we will see. But hey, Pops, anything you want to add before we close out?
No, man. All good. Big up to the chat as always.
Big up to the chat. Every single time. And Beijing Reds, let them know what you got coming up the rest of the weekend on the channel, all that good stuff.
Just stay locked to the socials because we got some sickness in the camp, so we're dealing with some health matters. Yeah. So, but we should be back. Actually, next weekend is Mother's Day here though, so I might not be around next week Sunday for the watch along, but I'll be back on Flawless's channel to celebrate with him as he goes into the final. Him and Spurs. Actually, you win twice as well.
I know I win twice.
So you win.
It's great.
Actually, you win and win. Yeah, you can just keep on winning. Spurs win, you win. United win, you win.
That's
the
it.
Crash
United
out,
win,
crash out is monumental.
Spurs win, I win. Just the crash out gonna be crazy. It'd probably be worse for people if Spurs win.
Well played, my friend.
And you know who you have to thank for this, people? Troops. Because he was the one who put this out there. He perpetuated, oh, you love Spurs. And I tried to deny it and he ran with it. So then because I was like, all right, you lot don't want to listen. I like Spurs. And now look what you have to contend with. United and Spurs in the final. I told him, man, there's power in your words. This is your fault. I told him this. I said, this is on you. You did this. Because if this was normal, you'd be like, all right, I want Spurs to like. If Spurs win, you don't have to contend with no one. He's like, yeah, expressions, that's it. Like if United win, like I'll troll you for the week and just keep it stepping. But if Spurs win, I'm trolling you for the entire the whole summer.
All summer.
The whole summer. Terrorized. The whole summer. I'm saying that. I might, depending on connection, live stream from the parade. People, what are we doing? Do the expression things when he was with the PSG fans.
With the Ultras. That was funny. That was funny as hell. Though.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Samurai says, Bodo Glint is tough on their track. No one going to be a walkthrough, though. I don't think that. And then even then, run me Bodo Glint. I've said this. I'm confident in either team.
Yeah.
But if it's Bodo Glint, cool.
But their big advantage is playing at home on the plastic pitch, innit? I'll say that.
Yeah, it is. And that's where it stems from. So I look at it, I go, all right, cool. But hey, we move people. You don't know how it is, but we will be there. Arsenal going out that Wednesday. I love it. Yeah, man. Like I say, I'm taking a picture. Like, you lot are lucky. The only reason why I didn't take a picture when I went to London last year for Carnival, because I was just too mashed up. I just ran out of time. I'm literally going to get to the Spurs Stadium to take a picture next to their logo, just because. Hey, and you lot, this ain't my fault. Don't blame me. Blame Troops. This is all his fault. Blame him because he put this energy out there. It's all on him. So now you'll have to hear about it. So we move. But yeah, Beijing Reds TV, links in the title as well. Hope everyone gets well soon. But you lot got a strong squad over there. You know what I'm saying? So the benches squad, you lot can rotate over there at Beijing Reds TV. You already know. So again, subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on here. Don't forget as well, people, this show, all the other shows on the channel are available on audio-only platforms as well, people. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. So if you're on Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV and you listen to all the shows an audio-only platform. So aside from watch-alongs, the gaming content, and the fan calling show, they're all on the Sarcasm City TV. I mean, I know it's tipped off, but we're redirecting to it now, people. The Golden State Warriors versus Houston Rockets, NBA Playoffs Game 7. 6:35 to go. Yeah, 6:35 to go in the second quarter, 33-24. The Warriors are currently leading. So it's win or go home. Pretty much win or go home. Kind of like how it is for Arsenal. Win or go home. Hey, as United, we can lose and still go through. Tottenham Hotspur can lose and still go through. And on that bombshell, people, we're redirecting over to the Warriors Rockets watch along. So run up the likes on there, get your comments in and your predictions in, heading over to the playback too. But this has been the United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition, Beijing Reds TV, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.